Jujutsu Kaisen has been one of my favorite shows of the past year, and part of what makes the show so enjoyable is its amazing cast of female characters. In Shonen, female characters can sometimes be somewhat lacking. While there are certainly some shonen animes that have great female characters, with Bleach being a quick example of this, I argue that Jujutsu Kaisen in particular has extremely well-written female characters, and Nobara Kugisaki, the main female lead in the series, is a perfect example of this. Quick spoiler warning, but this video will cover the events of Season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Nobara Kugisaki is introduced in episode 3 of the anime, and she is the last member of Itadori's class to be revealed to the viewer. At first, Nobara seems kind of arrogant and like she could fall into a number of female stereotypes, since the number one thing she wants to do in Tokyo is go shopping. However, after more of her backstory is revealed, the exact meaning of shopping to Nobara becomes more clear. Nobara grew up in Morioka, which is in the countryside, and the reason why she enrolled in Tokyo Jujutsu High was to forge her own life away from home. To Nobara, shopping is an expression of leaving her hometown and how she forged a new life for herself. The reason why she is so enthused about shopping in Tokyo is because she wasn't able to do stuff like that before. As a result, her shopping habit is more than just a stereotype, and it actually helps develop her character. Nobara also knows her worth, and this attribute displays her femininity, yet is anything but stereotypical. She openly says that she finds herself attractive and strong, and this confidence is a welcome aspect of her character. While I relate to introverted female characters, I love when a female character knows their value and is unwilling to let others put them down. Nobara is one of these characters, and the absolute best part about her confidence is that her confidence does not come from picking on others. Instead of constructing her self-worth by comparing herself to other women and then placing herself above them, her confidence seems to stem from something completely internal. Nobara is certainly mean to people she doesn't like when she tells Mai she has huge pores, but she also openly shows admiration for people she does like Maki. Nobara doesn't reject her femininity in an attempt to show that she is strong and confident. She embraces her love for dressing up alongside her ability to kick ass, which makes her such an incredibly well-written female lead. Her character shows that you can be a woman and like stereotypically female things without being a stereotype. With Nobara, you kind of get the feeling that not much about her would change if she were a male character, and that is what makes her an ideal female character. Her motivation for being strong, namely being able to live in Tokyo, would likely be the same, and her self-love would easily translate to confidence as a male. Nobara is a strong character that happens to be female, and that is the best type of female character. She gets annoyed when Momo tries to talk about the intense pressure of being a female sorcerer because frankly, Nobara doesn't care. Although these societal pressures are definitely present, Nobara is unwilling to let anything get in her way, even things of great magnitude like societal conceptions of gender. As someone who doesn't let obstacles slow her down, she is unwilling to hear people complain, because if it doesn't bother her, then it shouldn't bother other people either. While this is somewhat of a character flaw because she clearly lacks some empathy, it is so refreshing to have a female lead who does not need or want your pity and refuses to give emotional labor to those who want to be pitied. Nobara does not tolerate excuses, and she is unwilling to let anyone or anything get in her way. Despite her strong will though, she also doesn't hesitate to thank her teammates when they help her out. She is one of the few female shonen characters I've seen get picked up by a male character and thank him when he puts her down instead of hit him and get embarrassed. Nobara doesn't rely on people helping her, but she also doesn't reject help when people give it to her. Another major reason why Nobara is such an ideal female character is because she is not motivated to act because of her love for any of the other characters. She decides to fight so she can move to her dream city. Being motivated by love is not necessarily a bad thing, and quick spoiler warning for Naruto Shippuden, but I have rewatched the episode in Naruto when Hinata jumps in front of pain more times than is probably healthy, but it's just so refreshing to have a female lead who is not obsessed with one of the main male characters. In shonen, the female lead is often in love with the protagonist or one of the other main characters, which isn't necessarily bad, but I just really love the fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen, the female lead is not. Nobara certainly cares for Megumi and Itadori, but it's definitely more of a camaraderie feeling than a romantic one. As a result, she treats both members of her team equally, and she respects their contributions equally. Finally, Nobara is great because she genuinely contributes to fights, and her jutsu is incredibly badass. Since she is in such a stacked class with Megumi and Itadori, it would have almost been understandable if she didn't contribute much. However, Nobara has shown multiple times that she is a vital, strong member of her team. Quickly diving into her jutsu itself, Nobara imbues a large amount of cursed energy into nails, and then uses her hammer to embed these charged nails into her opponents. The nails themselves hurt curses, but the real damage is caused when her cursed energy flows from the nails and into her opponents. Through this, Nobara can make curses explode from the inside out. This technique is called hairpin, and the explosive release of her cursed energy from the nails is typically activated when she snaps her fingers. However, the nails don't actually have to be in a curse in order to release Nobara's cursed energy. As seen in her fight with Momo, Nobara can make her cursed energy explode into the air as well. While this jutsu alone is impressive enough, hairpin isn't Nobara's only innate technique. Nobara can also hurt her enemies from a distance through her resonance ability. To activate this jutsu, Nobara typically uses a straw doll and a piece of what she is trying to attack. While this is often a curse's severed limb, Nobara can also use non-biological materials to attack inanimate objects, as shown when she uses a piece of Momo's broom to make Momo lose control. Resonance is a voodoo-style jutsu, and when Nobara attacks a straw doll, her opponent takes the damage that was given to the doll. During her fight with Eso, Nobara uses her resonance ability to turn Esso's own jutsu against him in what was arguably the best fight of the first season. This fight not only highlights Nobara's resonance jutsu, it also shows Nobara's quick wit and versatility as a character. Within seconds of Eso explaining his technique, Nobara is able to find its loophole. Esso's technique is the ability to make his opponents rot from the inside out once they are doused in his or his brother Kichizu's blood. Once the rot jutsu is activated, his opponents have around 10 to 15 minutes until they die, and the rot continues until nothing is left of them but bones. However, since the brothers sink their blood into their opponents in order to activate this technique, Nobara can use resonance on herself to hurt them. The fight then escalates into a game of chicken, whereby Nobara keeps slamming her nails into her arm until Eso can't stand to see Kichizu suffer anymore and cancels the jutsu. This strategy took incredible mental strength on Nobara's part, since she had to keep her cool despite the fact she was rotting from the inside out, and ignore the immense pain she must have felt when she stuck her nails into her arm. When Eso told Nobara she had 10 minutes to live, she started laughing, which shows how incredibly metal Nobara truly is. Nobara proved in the first season that she is a female character who actually fights, and is not just there to hit on the main characters or provide fan service. At first, Gojo was worried that she wouldn't be on par with the rest of her team because she is from the countryside, but after seeing her in action, he comments on how crazy she is and his worries disappear. The fact that Gojo, the strongest sorcerer who taunts special grade curses, acknowledges her strength is very indicative of how awesome she actually is. Nobara is everything a female character could and should be. She embraces her femininity, yet is strong. She thanks male characters when they help her, but also doesn't rely on their help. She gets along with other main characters, but also isn't obsessed with them. Nobara is an amazing character that just happens to be female, and I really wish that there were more characters like her in shonen anime. So that's it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Quick shout out to Scott, Mike, Andre, Alex, and Quayne for donating money to my Ko-fi account. If you like my channel, please consider donating $2 through Ko-fi. I want to keep upgrading my equipment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.